I'm Ratna Bhushan, a friend, motivator, and guide to IAS aspirant, international motivational speaker, leadership trainer, CEO, coach, political strategist, and policy advisor. Welcome to ASG. ASG believe in quality, commitment, and success. The true artist, only that face is beautiful. That to a true artist, only that face is beautiful, which quite apart from its exterior, shines within the truth within the soul. This is the quote of Mahatma Gandhi from the book The Words of Gandhi, written by Richard Attenborough. Richard Attenborough. Empower India by the three words: honesty, character, and knowledge. Honesty, character, and knowledge. So, the most important news of today's are source the Hindu newspaper. PMO denies RTI plea, seeking info on PM cares. PMO denies RTI plea, seeking info on PM cares. The Prime Minister's Office, PMO, has denied right to information RTI request related to the PM Cares Fund on the ground that providing it would disproportionately divert the resources of the office. However, a High Court judgment and multiple orders of the Central Information Commission CIC have previously held that under the RTI Act, this rationale can only be used to challenge the format of information provided, not deny it altogether. This is misuse of the Act. We should attract penalties under the law, says the country's first Chief Information Commissioner. First Chief Information Commissioner, Wajahat Habidullah. First Chief Information Commissioner, Wajahat Habidullah. RTI activist Commodore Lokesh Batra, retired, had filed a RTI requesting asking for the total number of RTI applications and appeals received and disposed of in the PMO since April 2020 and the number of such applications related to PM Cares in the Prime Minister's National Relief Fund. On the eve of independence, the PMO responded providing the overall data but denying information specific to the two funds. The information sought by the EU is not maintained in this office's compiled form. Its collections and compilations would disproportionately divert the resources of this office from the efficient discharge of this normal function, thereby attracting the provision under Section 7(9) of the Act, said the PMO's Chief Public Information CPI. Section 7(9) of the Act said, Section 7(9) of the Act said, an information shall orderly be provided in the form in which it is sought unless it would disproportionately divert the resources of the public authority or would be detrimental to the safety or preservation of the record in question. There is no ambiguity. This is misuse of the clause by the CPIOs. It is up to the Information Commission to levy penalties as this would amount of disinformations provided under the Act, said Mr. Habibullah. He is the first Chief Information Commissioner, Wajahat Habibullah. The next is UAE-Israel established direct phone services. UAE-Israel established direct phone services after deal. Peace accord normalized ties between the two countries. The Israeli and the UAE foreign minister inaugurated on the Sunday direct phone services between the two countries in their first announced call from an agreement to normalize the relations set on the Emirati official. The UAE Sheikh Abdullah bin Zayed Al Nahyan and the Israeli Gabi Ashkenazi inaugurated a phone link between the United Arab Emirates and the State of Israel and exchanged greetings of following the historic peace accord signed by the two countries, tweeted Handel Otaibi, Director of Strategic Communication at the UAE's Foreign Ministry. Shortly after Mr. Ashkenazi tweeted that the two decided together on the establishment of a direct communication channel ahead of the signing of the normalizations agreement between the two countries and to meet. Phone links for the public were also functioning between the two countries. The Israel-UAE deal announced by the US President Donald Trump on Thursday is only third such accord Israel has struck with an Arab country and raises its prospect of similar deals with the two pro-Western Gulf states. Mr. Trump said leaders from the two countries would sign the agreement of the White House of around 3 weeks. Freedom and identity. Freedom and identity, the right to be. Aspirational values and the Constitution will make sense only when the average Indian realizes the freedom to be. This is the article which is published in the Hindu newspaper by Debashish Chatterjee. Tulsidas who wrote one of the several influential versions of the Ramayana, described Ram Rajya as a place where everyone felt free to do what they were supposed to do and where there was no fear, sorrow, or disease. Mahatma Gandhi recognized the values of Ram Rajya as a shared universal consciousness. Underlying the articulations of both these exponents of Ram Rajya was the conceptions of a citizen as free being, bound by laws. The final quest of all of life is a freedom. This means that life as we know it is not free. We are all struggling from the bondage to freedom. What binds us? We are bound by the one law or the other. What is law? Any event or phenomena that repeats itself is a law. For example, an apple seed will always produce an apple. The seed will keep on producing apples. Perhaps 1 million apples will come from that one seed. An apple seed will not produce bananas because an apple seed is bound by its own law. It is programmed to produce apples. All nature is nothing but an expression of law. The repeated occurrence of form and phenomena. By this law, a fish learns to swim, an eagle learns to soar in the sky. An eagle learns to soar in the sky. By this very law, our hearts beat 72 times a minute and our body temperature is maintained at 98.6 Fahrenheit. So, to break a law is to against nature and risk one's life. Finding freedom. Can we therefore ever be free? We can, provided we learn to look beyond the nature's law-bound forms and towards something deeper that is always free. This is slightly difficult to explain, but one can try. Take a long rope and tie it into a knot in the middle. As you tighten the knot, it takes a definite shape. The knot is bound by its own nature. If the knot were alive, it would imagine itself to be a knot that is limited within the shape of the knot. But someone who has tied the knot will know that all that it requires for the knot to be free is to pull at the right pace. The knot breaks free and strengthens into the rope again. So what is required to find freedom is just this knowledge that you are not. Just this awareness that if you look beyond your physical form to your original state, which is formless and free, you indeed become free. What is that formless state? Classical Indian wisdom calls this state Adhyatma. Adhyatma. The compound words Adhyatma is a combination of the two words Adi and Atma. Adi and Atma, which means awareness of self. The human body-mind complex is animated and powered by this natural spiritual dimensions called Atma that can be described as soul or self. The body is hardware, the mind is the software, and Atma is the UPS. Atma is UPS, uninterruptible and independent power source. That which sets a human being free is the knowledge of the self, the spontaneous animating principle which runs the body, mind complex living in the light of the Atma or self is the true meaning of the Swarajya. Etymologically, Swaraj means Sevana, Rajate, or self-luminous experience. Self-luminous experience. Take the case of a person who burns his lips while sipping a cup of hot tea. He may think that the tea has burnt him. It is not the tea, but the invisible heat permeates the tea that has burnt him. It is not a property of the tea, but it can pervade the tea and makes it appear to be hot. Likewise, it is the Atma that permeated the body mind that is responsible for our experience of the world. On choices. Many people confuse freedom with the multiplication of the choices. Multiplications of the television channels, political outfits, or the shampoo brands tend to confuse us rather than help us choose better. Fewer good options would have been a better way to weed out undesirable options. At its core, freedom is not about choices, it is rather about identity. Do I get identified with the compulsive and conditions mind body, or do I identify myself with a liberated self that refuses to be labeled by the market, polity, society as belonging to a predeterministically category? The free being that our self expresses itself not through an algorithm but awareness. In the Mahabharata, in the Mahabharata, in a deep dialogue, Yaksha asks Yudhishthir this question: what is the strangest thing in the world? Yudhishthir responds, the most startling thing is that the humans have a mortal body. Everybody goes about their life as they are going to live in their body forever. The awareness of Atma, inherent in pure being, sets us free from the illusion that we are nothing more than our bodies and our minds. The knot of the illusion that we are this body mind complex unravels itself as a realizations of our being dawns on us. We become aware, as the rishis of Upanishad did, of that Anindavatam, Shwadhanya, Tadekam, one ultimate being in us that exists freely by itself. How does one access the freedom of pure, uninterrupted power, uninterrupted power, uninterrupted power, uninterrupted power of being, in the stillness of being, not in the quest for being this and that or the other? We find the doorway to our own freedom, not being co-opted. From Ramraj to Swaraj is a continuum, the journey from the temporal to the transcendental, from the civic to the sacred. The preamble of the Indian Constitution promises the delivery of the aspirational values of justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity for its citizens. They make sense only when the average Indian realizes the freedom to be and not to be co-opted by the politics of identity, mechanizations of the market, or the dictatorship of the digital world. Swaraj is thought and education that liberates the free being. Savidya Vimuktite can only rescue India from the myopia of the post-colonial leadership. Until then, Ram Raj will remain an enchanting utopia. Ram Raj will remain an enchanting utopia. Debashish Chatterjee, the author of The Timeless Leadership, is the director of IIM Kozhikode. It's a beautiful article. Adversity has mellowed the leader. Adversity has mellowed the leader. Adversity has mellowed. MELLOWED. In his independence speech, Prime Minister had to assure the nation that he was not clueless amidst troubles. This article was written by Harish Khare. It was a becomingly classed Narendra Modi who stood at the nation's grandest pulpit at the Red Fort last Saturday. Last Independence Day, he was glowing with a newly furnished electoral mandate and had the 370 trophy neatly tucked under his belt. This year, the Prime Minister could not be oblivious to the realities of an uneasy land, and the country has slipped up badly. Not badly. India, we are going to be a great country. Thank you so much to watch my program. Wish you all the best. Good luck. God bless you. God bless Bharat.